welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine Brooks, and today we have another special edition to our fall edition makeup series. We are going to be recreating Final Girl makeup. Yes guys, I have been wanting to do this kind of makeup tutorial since last year when I started YouTube, but I kept putting it off because I was like, I really don't want to fuck this up, you know, it's the most iconic makeup in horror series. But I was like, let me try it out. If you don't know, the Final Girl is the most important part of the entire like horror movie. She is literally the most important person, and when you see her makeup, it's truly natural. Like, it's very sweaty, like it's about to come. You know, she's running, she's racing for her life, she's trying to get to the police. You know, she's not really giving a shit about her makeup. So this is probably gonna be the most natural makeup I've ever done, but I can't wait to see the final results, and hopefully it comes out well. But with all that being said, let's get into the video, and remember, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the notification bell. Let's go. Okay. You guys like my shirt? I'm trying to be all horror themed, so, you know, I got this shirt off of Walmart, and I think it looks cute. But yeah, if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking for the mirror, because my mirror is telling me whether or not you guys can see me. But let's get into the video. So first we're gonna start off with primer. Really, primer, and I feel like the base is the most important part, so we're really not gonna really focus on the eyes maybe till the end, because they're not gonna take us any time, because it's literally nothing. Basically, like, she's not, you know, the Final Girl, Sydney Prescott, you know, Laurie Strode aren't doing, you know, glammed up looks. They're pretty natural, so we're just gonna be focusing on the face. I already did my skincare, so we don't have to worry about that. But we want this base to be extremely glowy, like, you know, like I said, like, we're running and racing for our lives because, you know, we're running from some big bitches that look like this. And you know, the first instinct is not whether or not our makeup is staying on our face. Our first instinct is, let's get the fuck out of here before we turn into their next fucking victim. Like, that's not our priority. Now we're gonna go in with the base. Like I said, the base is pretty natural, so I'm not gonna go in with much. And today I'm going to finally do my fear, which is putting on makeup with my hands. I feel like it's gonna be the most natural way of getting the best results, so we're just gonna do it with our hands. I'm just gonna go in with this like Fenty Beauty, because, you know, I want color to be my shade. I think this is my shade. I think this is too dark. I do not know. Hopefully not. But we're just gonna put it basically a light amount all around the face. We're not gonna go in with too much. Okay. I don't know if this can say me. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with like some type of like concealer. Like I said, we're not gonna go in with too much of anything. Find it. Let me find it. I forgot to put this on. But first, before we do concealer, we're gonna put this highlighter on because we want to look sweaty. I feel like the best way to get the best results for that is highlighter. So we're just gonna put a little bit on. After that, now we're gonna go in with concealer. I'm just gonna go with this one. I'm gonna try to go as light as possible because this is not the most natural of shades I have, but this is the lightest. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna mix it in a little bit with this like e.l.f. Halo Glow, just to get the like most natural concealer color.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
You know, we're running, we're scared, we don't care about our makeup, so we don't want it to look way too much. And when you look at, like I said, when you watch like horror movies, like when you watch Sydney Prescott, when you watch Laurie Strode, or you even watch like Jessica Biel in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like when you look at their makeup, it's like super natural, super sweaty. Like it's very good girl makeup, as I call it, because when you like watch it and you see those characters, they're very courageous, very self-sacrificing. Like they're not like the bad girl or like the popular girl where like they're all caring about their looks or anything. They care about books. They care about, you know, not drinking and having sex and stuff like that. You know, horror movies are very different when they come to that. And when you watch older horror movies, yeah, they're very much known for that. But yeah, after that, now let's get into the powders. We're first going to go in with this setting spray, and we're just gonna set the under eyes, and we're just gonna set everything else because we're not gonna put on any more. Wait. I was about to say we're not gonna put on any more creams, but I lied. We're gonna put on this tint.
Jessica Biel is one of like my favorite like final girl, and when you look at her makeup, like most of it looks like that's just her natural flush of skin. It doesn't look like they like built it on there too much. Like they wanted it to come off very natural and glowy. And even when you look at Sydney Prescott, who is another one of my good final girls, again, her makeup doesn't look, you know, like a lot. So
I'm nodding like I understand, but I'm not so sure I do.
I'm just gonna go in with this tint. It gives off the best like natural color, and we're just gonna go in with our, like I said, we're just gonna go in with our hands to get the most natural result. Like, oh my god, there's too much happening, the red's coming out of my face, like I'm too much, there's too much going on. Like, that's what we want. Even though I hate this feeling, I'm sorry, but I really do hate the feeling of fingers as like ways of placing products on your face. I'm sorry, but this feels so disgusting on my fingers. I can't wait to wash my hands. I can't wait. Now we're going to go in with the setting spray and the powders. Okay, I'm gonna go in with but we're just gonna set the places like under our eyes. We're only gonna do the under eyes. We're gonna keep everything else sweaty. So first we're just gonna go in with this Fit Me powder, the under eyes in place, and make sure that like they're set so that we don't crease or anything like that, because the last thing we want to do is crease. But then again, who cares? I'm running for my fucking life. I don't give a shit if my under eyes are creasing. They probably are because the mascara is probably running down my goddamn face. Now we're gonna go and add some color to my skin. Like they just like did that. Like that's it. They didn't do a lot to add any too much product to these like women's faces. They just want like a nice little flush of makeup, obviously, because they're not actually running for their lives. This is a set. Everything's fake. But like, you know, they do want it to be just gonna keep blending until basically it goes away or it like shows up like very faintly. It doesn't come off too much. A little bit on the nose because I saw Jessica Biel's. I was watching the movie and I found out how iconic that movie was, and she has a little bit of like bronzer on the nose, so I'm just gonna like faintly do that to my nose. And we're just gonna go in faintly, like I said, just a little bit, just to set the blush. But yeah, this is the face, you know, very glowy, very much.
Oh my god, somebody come please help me. There's a fucking psychopath running after me.
Like that's what it's giving. Now let's move on to the final parts, which is the eyes and the lips. Okay, like I said, like the eyes are going to be shit, almost fell. Are gonna be like the least of our problems. But first we're gonna go on the eyebrows. They have, again, very natural eyebrows, but so I'm just gonna like I'm just gonna set it like very much like just set my natural eyebrows in place. Now we're gonna go in with here the Modern Renaissance, and we're just gonna go and take a brush like this, and we're just gonna go in with the natural shade of my eye, because they have like a very like brownish eyeshadow from what I've seen. Like nothing too drastic or crazy, very much just like a very faint eyeshadow. But because I am brown, I can't just use like a very taupe color. I have to use like a very dark color at least to get some color to be present on my face. And now we're gonna go in with this, because they have like a faint like eyeliner. It's not crazy. No, that freaking hurts. Okay. Guess not. We're gonna go in with just a dark shade, and we're just gonna put it on this like smudger brush, and we're just gonna like faintly make a line out. And I was gonna try to fake cry for this video, but I feel like that's gonna be too dramatic and I can't fake cry on scene. I don't know how people can do, like I said, like those women I commend. That's why I always wish like the Oscars would commend them too, because the way that you have to like present fear and a stressed out look on those movies, like, they deserve an Oscar. Like, they deserve an Oscar. Like, there's no way that those women are not getting Oscars for their performance, because I feel like horror movies are like basically dramas. You have to show that you are basically in fear. Like, this is real life. You have to show that. So the fact that the Oscars don't recognize that is bullshit. But they'll recognize comedies over that is even more bullshit. Like, nah, I don't believe in that. I think that's BS. Truly, I think that is pure BS, that women like fucking Neve Campbell don't get the credibility they deserve.
Wow, that was so powerful. Academy Award.
But with all that being said, you know, that little rant, that's all we're gonna do for the eyes. I almost forgot, we're gonna put on mascara, because that's the most important part, because like I said, I'm running, I'm scared. Mascara's running down my face, but I'm only gonna put on like a little bit. Now we're gonna go in with the lips, which is the last part, and then the blood. We're gonna go in with this L lip, like this. So when I'm talking, please, it's coming off, and the mascara's coming off, and I'm scared. I need to leave, because, you know, fucking Jason and fucking Leatherface and fucking Ghostface are running after me, you know? But yeah, let's get into the last part, which is the blood. Okay, let's get into the last part. I have this bottle of blood, basically. I'm just gonna put it on just a regular brush like this, and I'm just gonna like smother it all around my face. Like, it doesn't really matter where you put it. Like, it's, you know, like, you just wanna like make it like look messy, you know? Like Sidney Prescott at the end of Scream, messy. You wanna make it look like that, like there's just, you just saw your friend get like murdered in front of you, or so like you have their blood ripping through your skin, and you're just like over here just like ruined, like your makeup is ruined now because you just got all of their DNA basically all over you. But yeah, you just want to like make it look all smudged in and a lot. Don't go too much, because again, unless you want to, you know, it's up to you. If you want to make it look disgusting and horrible, you go for it, girl. Yeah, this is the final girl makeup look, and yes, I had a lot of fun. This is probably the most fun I've had with makeup in a while, and I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope you guys recreate it if you want to.